Today we'll be reading The Sith War, a recording from Vodo-Siosk Baas, from Jedi vs. Sith, The Essential Guide to the Force, by Ryder Windham. The Sith War. Author, Jedi Master Vodo-Siosk Baas, 3996 BBY. I must tell you of the Great Sith War that occurred 4,000 years before your time. This war was caused by a student of mine, Exar Kun, who found forbidden teachings of the ancient Sith. He imitated the ways of the long-fallen Sith, and used them to form his own philosophy of the Jedi Code, a distortion of all we know to be true and right. With this knowledge, Exar Kun established a vast and powerful brotherhood, and claimed the title of First Dark Lord of the Sith. After the war, I had hoped Exar Kun and his kind were defeated once and for all, but Exar Kun joined forces with another powerful Jedi and great warlord, Ulic Qel-Droma. He worked his invisible threads into the fabric of the Republic, bringing downfall through treachery, as well as through his distorted abilities with the Force. Because I was his master, I alone of the allied Jedi went to confront him, hoping that I could turn him back. I knew it was a foolish mission, but I had no choice. I had to try.
Addendum by Tionne Solusar. It has already been noted that Vodo-Siosk Baas was slain by his former student Exar Kun. It has also been noted that the consciousness of Vodo-Siosk Baas may not have only survived his death, but been contained by the Tedryn Holocron, from which his account of the Sith War was drawn. Given that the Tedryn Holocron allowed Vodo-Siosk Baas to communicate information about his own death, we can only assume that he may have known more than he was telling, for his concise account omits some important details. Exar Kun was not the first Dark Lord of the Sith, but he was the first Dark Jedi to appropriate that title after the events of the Great Hyperspace War. He was aided not only by Ulic Qel-Droma, but by the Krath's founders, Alima and Satel Keto. Ulic Qel-Droma killed Satel, an action that completed his conversion to the dark side and enabled him to become Exar Kun's apprentice. Exar Kun masterminded the two most notorious events of the Sith War. The first was to use his Sith powers to recruit Jedi apprentices to the dark side, then dispatch them to assassinate their own Jedi Masters. The second was to use the weaponry on Nagasato's ancient Sith flagship to destroy the 10 suns of the Krong cluster, which caused the massive shockwave that destroyed many worlds and left Ossus in ruins. The Jedi chased Exar Kun to his stronghold on Yavin 4 and used their combined power to strike him down and annihilate his Massassi warriors. However, Exar Kun was able to escape death by using Sith sorcery to preserve his spirit in the Massassi temples. Although the duration of a disembodied consciousness is more often discussed by philosophers than historians and scientists, it is an undisputed fact that Exar Kun's spirit survived more than 4 millennia, and that he retained more than enough power to attack Luke Skywalker's then fledgling Jedi Academy. The Jedi Nomi Sunrider, who served with Ulic Qel-Droma before his defection to the Krath and the Sith, demonstrated a most unusual Force ability when she stripped Ulic Qel-Droma of his powers, leaving him blind to the Force. According to Sunrider, she learned of this power from Jedi Master Odan-Ur.
I hope you've enjoyed this reading of The Sith War, a recording from Vodo-Siosk Baas.